What up guys, Tank Empire here, and today I'm going to be working on a design of Melvin Gordon. I asked people before I started this on the live stream of my Instagram at Tank Edit of who they would like to see me post. Here, there's quite a few responses: Melvin Gordon, Joey Bosa, Terrell Williams, LT, Junior Seau, but I kind of already have some designs for some of those people. I've either just posted or I have ready to post, just waiting for a certain time to post them. I have a collab that's coming out soon with I think it's JNS Swaps. He swapped a player that I made the design for, and so this design right here, I'm gonna do a Melvin Gordon. I'm gonna make it a 12 by 18, which you guys can buy for as a poster or whatever. As a poster is which I'm selling it for. But let's get started. So the first thing I do when I start my designs is I crop out the players. I don't really have. I have some type of idea of like what I want to do with the player, but it all depends on like the picture that I have. If I find a picture that's like, when I first see it, it's like, oh man, I can do this with it, well, of course that's gonna be saved into my design, or it's gonna be saved, and I'm gonna make that certain design out of it that I was picturing. But most of the time I don't really save every picture. It's only ones that I know I can make a design out of. Like this one I knew I can. I think I've tried to, but the idea design that I was trying to do wasn't working out, so I just scratched it, and now I'm starting over, I guess you can say. How I crop out players is, well, there's many methods that you can use. I started out using the quick selection tool when I first started, so just a little, I think it's right here where there's magic wand, quick selection, and lasso tools, a pen tool. The quick selection, you'll come out here, you add it, you go around an area, and it'll just quick select it like that. The magic wand tool, you go and you will click a certain area and it will select that color. The pen tool is a thing mostly used for graphics. It's easier, so you can curve it. It's more exact than it is with a quick selection tool or the magic wand tool. I don't really use it. I'll use that after I crop it out and to get certain areas that I don't like. There's 3 lasso tools. There's magnetic lasso tool, which is what I used first to go all the way around to get the main selection, and now I'm using the lasso tool to go in and just full on select the areas that I want. And then the other lasso tool is more of, it's kind of like the pen tool for the lasso. It's more of a, it's more of a straight line. It's good for shapes, but I don't really use that one unless I'm making a selection or taking away a selection from a certain, like, let's say there's a when I made the wallpapers, I used the lasso tool to make the shapes because it was easier just to move it around, and it was more exact, and also because I still don't know really how to use the pen tool that good. I know how to use it for certain things, but other than that, I don't really know how to use it. And I think I'm almost done copying him out. Okay, I think that's it. So then I go Control J, which now you see it's not selected. Control J just copies whatever I had selected up to a new layer, to its own layer. So I could literally do whatever I want to this background layer, but it won't affect him. It will affect what's going on behind it. Well, of course it will affect him that's on the background. But also you can, instead of doing Control J, you can go with the mouse or whatever left, when you're on the lasso tool, left click, there is layer via copy, which is Control J, or layer via cut. Layer via cut crops him out, and then when you move, it literally crops out what you had and puts it on a new layer. I don't like that, because then if you do make the new layer like that, and then you go and you're like, oh man, right here it's not that good, let me go see if I can fix that. You can go in here and fix it by hitting that new layer, making it by going Control and clicking on the picture. And fix the areas. Oops, then you go back to the background, and then you can go select and mask. Select and mask, you can either make it, the outline of it smoother, you can feather it. Feather is more as in, like, you still want the picture, but you also want the background with it. Some of the background with it. Let's see if it will show it. Yeah, because you can see the background still feathering in it. Okay, I think that's good. And Control J and delete that. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the move tool and move it over to this new layer. Control 0 will make so the object or the file that you're using zoom in so it fits where these borders are, where this tab bar is, and right here. Now I'm going to make the background from white to black. And I'm going to do that by Alt backspace, because this color right here would be Alt, and this one would be for Control. And now I'm going to go Control T, which will pop up where you can make it the person that you're doing bigger, smaller. You can rotate the person, whatever, because and I'm just gonna make him bigger. I think that's good. I'm gonna go over here and click the new layer tool, go to the brush, go down to, I think, here, and I'm going to use the bracket tab to make the brush bigger. And you see how when you go to a certain spot that brush goes away, and it's just like, well, I don't want the brush there. You can go Control minus and it'll zoom out. Now I'm going to make a vector mask over here. So that way I can edit the picture, but keep the picture. Like if I mess up like here, I can mess around with it. Because I can make the bottom part go away so it looks like he's somewhat in the clouds. But it's like, man, I didn't like that. So I'm going to go back and go control backspace. Well, now it's back. So to me, it really all just depends on how you want it to look. So now I'm going to make another layer behind him. Go back into here. Get that same brush that I was just using so I can add some more smoke. So for this one, I'm probably gonna fade it a little bit. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go to the text tool. The text tool pretty much is just what it is. You could go in here and type pretty much whatever you want. So I'm gonna go just put out his last name. I could probably make it 150. No, probably 200. Yeah. I could probably go a little bit bigger if I wanted, but I'm probably gonna do that by making it, expanding it. And then I'm gonna go back to the text. Actually, I'm gonna use his full name for this one. Except for I'm gonna make his first name smaller. So it could sit right up here. Make another layer, go back to the brush tool. Sorry if I'm talking too much or going pretty fast. I'm kind of just trying to do a walkthrough of what I'm thinking, my thought process and all that, how I do certain things. Because I've had people ask me, well, how do you do that? Especially when I'm doing this type of stuff on my live stream on Instagram. You can't really see the whole screen, so. Well, this brush that I'm using now is more of just like a light tool to add some light. I think I'm going to move that above him so that way you can go on him. Then I'm going to go filter, blur, Gaussian blur, however you say it. And I'm gonna, if you notice, there's these lines like the rays. Well, I don't want the rays in there, so I'm gonna go in here, and this is kind of the blur the rays away. See? Probably lower the opacity a little bit, so you still can see the light effect, but you can still see the smoke. The next is I'm going to add another layer above the Melvin Gordon. I'm going to go Control Alt, and you see how this little thing pops up right here. Well, what it does is when you click that, whatever I do is, let me go back to get normal brush. If I go over here, well, it won't show up on the canvas. The only place it will show up is on him. So right now I'm going to be adding white to him. In a minute I'm going to go over there and change the effect of the layer. Please, you're like, well, why are you making it white? Now you can't tell what you can barely see some of this stuff. That's true. So now I'm going to go over here, and where it says normal above all this stuff, you click here and there's all these effects that you can do. What I do is I go soft light, so it gives it like a little light effect, so it looks like it's lighter. Now I'm going to switch it back to black by clicking this thing and come over here, not where the light really hits him, or where it looks like it hits him, so down here and all that. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Okay, now alright, now I think I'm going to start adding some effects. What I use is I mostly use color lookup, curves, exposure, vibrance, and sometimes some gradient maps. And I have all these. Most of the time this is probably one of the parts that takes me the longest, mostly because, well, I have so many of these. You gotta see which one looks better, which one looks good here. Do I need to change the effect for this layer? What? So I'm gonna start it off with probably this one. Give it some like grayish looking, like a grayish look. Or nope, that's the wrong one. It's this one. Still not a bad looking effect. Yeah, that's the one. We'll lower the opacity a little bit. Now we're gonna go back into color lookup. And item. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. So this is the part this is why it takes you so long. It's like the whole messing around part. Then you gotta play with it, so it's just like sometimes I go through them all just to see how it looks, which one looks better. If I do this effect to it, how will it look? Crisp warm. Well, that's not gonna work for it. Crisp winter. I think I might save this and come back to like the end. Or actually, I'm gonna keep it like this. Now I'm gonna go into curves. Curves is a way to affect the lighting and the tones of everything. You can go in here and change how much red, green, blue, or you can just do it all. You can go into the default, color negative, go like that. There's cross product. Makes everything darker. Okay. This just increases the contrast of everything. Here's lighter. I think I'm gonna stay with the lighter, but mess with it a little bit, so it's not too light. Go back into curves. Okay, so now I'm gonna go behind him, make a new layer, use this brush, make it bigger. About there. Make it the brush out that will be white. So now there's a little glow behind him. Also, sorry if I'm not talking about anything that's going on in the chat. I just can't see the chat because, well, I'm on my laptop, and I probably could go if I look back here, but I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna stay within here so I can do what I need to do. Next, I'm gonna go back to the color lookup. What would this one look like? Kind of like that. Screen lighting. I don't know. Kind of like all the effects like that. I'm gonna lower the opacity for this one. Go back into color lookup. If you can't tell, this is why it takes so long. It's because you got to look through it all. Futuristic bleach just makes it kind of gray. I'll lower the opacity a little bit so that there's blue shining through. Oh, another one that I use is photo filter. Photo filter gives it a blue like tint, you can say, or you can give you a tint. I'm gonna go with a kind of like a light blue. You can change the density. The more the density, the higher, the more blue or whatever color you choose. I'll mess around with the density. Leave it there. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna go gradient map. Gradient map is, well, there's gradients, but it more corresponds with the filter, with the image, and it's not just black and white solid. It kind of goes with that. I'm gonna go reverse. Soft light. Soft light gives it like a darker look. The name. I need to do something with the name. Nope, that's not gonna work. Go back to normal, probably just lower the opacity. And I'm gonna duplicate them. Take the fill out. Go blending options. Blending options, there's a lot. There's bevel and bows, stroke, inner shadow, inner glow, setting, color overlay, gradient overlay, pattern overlay, outer glow, and drop shadow. Bevel and emboss just makes the text more pop out a little bit more. The stroke goes around it, where you can change the colors and everything. Wait, hold on. I need to change the opacity up. That's why you can tell. So, see with the stroke, we're gonna make it black so you can probably see it. You can't see it because of that light, but you can see the text that's going around. The text right there from Melvin, where that black stuff is coming up. That's what stroke will do. Just go. You can go outside it, inside it, the center of it, whatever. But we're not going to use stroke. Inner shadow. It gives the shadow in the inside of the text to help it pop a little bit more. Inner glow is the same thing, but it makes the text just glow if you can't tell, which is what we're going to use. This just gives it like a darker, like a black, whatever. You can change the colors on this stuff too, but it gives it like a darker thing, which I don't like right now. Color overlay will actually just, you can change the text by this, the color of the text by this, or whatever. Same thing with gradient overlay, or you can do it where it's just like one color for a certain part of the text, so it's two colors for the text. pattern overlay gives it a pattern. There's all these patterns. There's all that you can use. Outer glow gives it a glow on the outside of the text. Drop shadow makes the text look like it's leaving a shadow. Or you can do this stuff to like Melvin. I can do it to Melvin Gordon if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to do that. Control and Alt, where this FX is, where the effects of that, carry it down to Gordon. Change Gordon's opacity to 100%. Fill is where you can take away all the color of the text, but you will still be able to see the effects that you put on it. I'm going to make another layer above Melvin Gordon and go Control Alt and click it so you can only see the effects on him. I'm going to make it screen. Come in here, change the color to a blue. Okay. Come in here, get the brush. Make the brush smaller, of course. Not that small, not that big. Right here. And just go over certain areas that you want. It'll leave a blue effect. Like a blue, like what we were doing earlier with the white and the black, and it'll give it like a blue look. And then of course you can go in there and mess around with the opacity. That's the joke. So come back in here, probably do another color lookup. Nah, I'm not gonna do that one. I'm also just trying to figure out what most of these do, because some of them I literally just got yesterday. So I'm still trying to figure out what their effects is, how it is, what they're good for, and all that. We'll probably go back to the Humble. Ooh. I like that. Lower the opacity though. Okay, now I'm probably gonna go here, get this brush, into the brush, get this brush back, make it smaller. Now I'm on the Melvin Gordon layer where this vector layer is, so I can go in here and affect it, because I'm gonna try to make it so it looks like the smoke behind him is kind of fogging over into front of him. I think that's how I leave it, but not sure yet. I don't know if I'm gonna add any more effects. Don't know yet. So now I'm gonna come above all these effects of like the color lookup, the gray maps, and all that. Come here and make a new layer. Come in here and get the rectangular tool and just move it so it's like this. And we're gonna go stroke. Change this color back to white. Hit OK. And now where all these dotted lines are, when you hit Control D, which is deselect, there is going to be this white line rectangular. I don't know why, but I do it to all of them, all my designs, so it gives it like that effect of like kind of like a border, I guess. And I come in here, get the erase tool, so I can erase that corner. Control O. Is it this one? Nope. Yeah. Go into this one. Just opening up another Photoshop document of the Keenan Allen design that I posted, I want to say 3 days ago on Instagram. And a Photoshop document just saves all the layers, so that way you can come back, change anything that needs to be changed, or anything that you want to be fixed, or you can come back in like a few years and be like, well, I want to go and change some of my old designs. Well, now you can, because, well, they saved all the layers. Drag this over, which is my logo, and right there. I think I might make it blue. Nope. Not doing that. About black. Yeah, black looks good. And then make another layer. Get this. Make it yellow. First, before that, I'm going to select all the effects here, holding shift from this top one and clicking the last one, and hit this folder. Because now all those effects are in a folder, so now you can just literally take away all the effects. Take away that glow, that glow. Come in here and get that, move it to yellow, hit OK. Okay, now make all that stuff come back. Those are the top layer again that we were gonna use for this, and make from normal to linear dodge add. Change the brush tool back to a soft brush. You want to make it big enough for here, there, and smaller for here. No, actually I can make this a little bit bigger. There and there. No, I don't like those there. So I'm just gonna erase them. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back and see if there's anything going on in the chat. Nope. Don't look like nothing's going on in the chat. Or anything did happen. Okay. Now I'm just thinking about if I want to add anything, fix anything. Probably gonna go in here and fix this blue glow here, because I don't I want so it looks like he's kind of in the fog, but with that blue glow there, it doesn't really look like he is. I think this might be it. Actually, no. I'm going back in here. Get that blue. Probably won't be the exact same blue. We'll make the brush smaller. Make that blue there. Get the brush. Tweak some of the area so it's not all the way on there. Now we're gonna go back to the top, get the text, change it to probably black. I'm not sure. Make the text smaller than that. Control, and then the background layer, and then hit here so it's straight. And I think that might be all for this one. So, anyways, if you haven't, make sure you like, comment on who you would like to see me do another design of like this. Just walk you through my thought process again. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter at Tank Edits too, but I don't really use Twitter. I'm more active on Instagram. Instagram, I try to post daily. I have a few designs that I have done coming. I have that collab coming, so you guys need to be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Maybe Saturday, but definitely Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna have designs coming out of who we draft. I have a draft concept coming of of the person that we draft. This could have their name and all that. And then if I have not swapped that player to the Chargers, I'm gonna try to swap them and post those two. And I'm also gonna try to make a design out of them, because I think Thursday's just the first round, first and second, or just first, but I'm not really sure. Saturday, I will probably post them and all that on Saturday if I don't go to the Draft Fest at their stadium that they're hosting, because I'm still trying to go to that, but I don't know if I will. But if I don't go, I will be doing designs for that day's draft. And then don't forget, you can go and buy posters from me. There's quite a bit of posters you can get. You can get literally all these posters right here. Yeah, I don't have just Chargers. I have pretty much at least one from every team. I don't think I finished NFC. I don't think I did. I know I finished AFC. Yeah, so I have all these. I have LTs, Keenan Allen's, Junior Seau's, Melvin Ingram, Melvin Gordon's, Antonio Gates. I think the only person I don't have really that's big for the Chargers, surprisingly, is Phillip Rivers for himself. I also have that thank you one, and these two are literally the biggest ones that are going right now. The thank you San Diego design that I did, and this Jason Verrett one. This Jason Verrett one has literally blown up on Instagram. I mean, it's, I think at almost 400, I think it's at 430 likes, which is literally the most likes I've ever gotten on a post. So these two, there's also people buying this one. This is the one people have bought. So those two are literally the best sellers so far. But I have all these designs. This one right here, I have printed out. I've gotten signed. I took to training camp last year. It's a 12 by 18, and I got Dom Williams, Tyrell Williams, Isaiah Burse. I got Brandon Flowers. Pharaoh. And that's it on there. Another one that I took to FanFest, I want to say, or not FanFest, but training camp 2 years ago, was of a Manti Te'o one I did. And I got Malcolm Floyd, Keenan Allen, Phillip Rivers, and all them on there. So these posters aren't that bad of a size and all that. I'm only selling them for $25. So make sure if you want a poster, if you want this one as a poster, make sure to go follow me on Instagram, send me a message, and we'll talk about how you pay for it. And the $25 was like, wow, that's a lot for a poster, but the poster comes with, the $25 is the poster and shipping. So it's not just, so that's poster and shipping. You're not gonna be paying $25 plus shipping and handling. No. So that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to go like and comment and view the other posts that I've posted. I've posted Keenan Allen and the Casey Hayward highlights like a few weeks ago, a month ago, or something like that. So make sure to go like to see those. And until next time, it's Tank Empire, and peace.